rescue, revamp, create. The Art of Drum Synthesis. The new course is available at Letsynthesize Academy.
Yo, there Larsen here, welcome to the newest Synthesize Sunday episode, and today I want to talk about a great device that this dude Boraska made, check him under the description, about ring modulator sidechaining. Like, what's that? Through this little thing I made. Like always, you can grab this project from my Patreon below with tons of other really cool Ableton projects. Oh, and don't forget that I'm running a summer sale for my bundles on my academy. These bundles are already 30% off and I'm offering 20% off again. So with this, you get the bundles for half the price. So don't forget to check them here. But right now, let's jump into it. Right, so first of all, let's talk about what is RM. So if you have the shifter, you have this ring modulator built inside the device, and it sounds like this. So it's really weird, with lots of possibilities to create interesting sounds. And if you go lower, it almost sounds like I was dragging the volume slider up and down. So it is very similar if I go to the LFO and set the volume, the master volume, as a destination. It's almost the same, but it is very different when I go higher with the course. So basically the modulator frequency, that is a sine wave here in this case, in shifter. And that is because of the behavior or the engine behind ring modulators. And that is not only just dragging the volume slider up and down, but it keeps the original signal, the carrier and the modulator, and the summarize of them and the difference of them. So it is a little complex, but basically what we need to know about it, it is very similar to amplitude modulation that we use a lot in synthesizing sounds. Why is it good for us for sidechain? Now, when we sidechain, we have two options. We cut out the whole thing, for example, the kick or the snare from the basses. I mean, setting up a volume slider or a volume envelope, or we set up a multi-band sidechain. So this is what I prefer, honestly. With drum and bass, we don't really have too much time, so we lose a lot of information if we cut out the kick and the snare from the basses. So that's why I prefer using multi-band sidechain. It is very simple to do, by the way. You just set up a utility tool only on the low band and set up the crossover until you found the sidechaining enough so it keeps as much information as needed, and also it won't mess up the low end. So we kill enough low end also. In this case, I think it is enough now. So I don't really hear that I cut out too much from this saw. That could be our bass now. Okay, so that is one solution, but here is the ring modulator sidechain. So I set up one device for the kick. So as you can see, here is a kick, and for the snare. So this way we are not cutting out a whole bunch of information from the sound, but basically we are moving the volume slider, the so-called volume slider, based on the waveform of the kick and the snare. And this is really great because this way you keep as much information as possible from the original signal. So in other words, a ring mod sidechain is really great because it is very fast. So with a regular compressor, you will not be able to do this because they are not as fast as a ring modulator. As you can see, it loaded up the waveform of the kick and here the waveform of the snare, and based on their frequency, based on their waveform, it will drag the volume slider so fast and only cuts out the informations that are really necessary. And that is so good. It still pumps a little, but I'm fine with that. Yeah, so I set up the same thing here on the main bass. That sounds like this. And also together with the drums and the effects, this is how it sounds. This is so clean, I love the sound, so I highly suggest you to check his other plugins. These are really great. Right, so don't forget that you can grab this project from my Patreon below and check my bundle sale that is on 20% off again. So with this you can grab the bundles for half the price, and yeah, you want to check them. See you guys next time. Peace.